Madness. It's that time again. That beautiful time of week, of course, where we all hang out and we drink some bourbon together. What's up, everybody? Welcome to TIMBP Live here on this Thursday, the 29th of April. Had to check on the date for a second there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super happy to have you guys in. If you are new here or watching on the replay, welcome. Appreciate everybody showing up for the evening. And also, if you have not yet, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And yeah, hello Joseph Parezo, hello Lil, all the way in Aussie land. Steve A, hello Steve A, long time no see. Pat, also known as the Bourbon Noob, is in here as well. Let me crank up my audio just a little bit. There we go. Oh, too much. Too much. You went too far. Donnie, of course, one of our blue wrenches for the evening. It's Mrs. Linux Cat's birthday. Happy birthday, Diana. Good picks last night. Thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate that. Last night was great, and then my internet stopped. Just stopped. Stopped working, stopped caring, stopped thinking. And I was upset about it. I felt real bad, too. Because it's always special when, you get asked to be on somebody else's stream. And then all of a sudden, your dang internet just quits on you. So that's fun. But speaking of being on somebody else's stream, two things. First, most prevalent at the moment, I guess, I am about to be on Clifton's pregame stream, where we play some Super Mario. I don't know which Super Mario we're playing just yet, but we're playing Super Mario. So I'm super excited about that. You can head over to Bourbon Bites after the show, and I'll be hanging out over there. Of course, I'll be hanging out with Clifton as well during his stream tonight. And also, tomorrow night, you think my brain stopped working? Internet froze just like your brain with a 128-ounce Slurpee. Amen. My brain was doing fine. I had great picks. I was super pumped about my picks. And you know what? The internet was not having any of it. So it is what it is. But big thing. The big thing is happening this week. This is I'm streaming 3 days in a row. And the third day, I held up two fingers off screen when I said the third day, but it was like this. It meant to be like this. It's going to be over at ADHD Whiskey's channel. Mr. Matt Porter, who is in the chat. Hello, Matt. It's good to see you in here. Decide when we get there. Yeah, that's fair. But I am competing, along with Clifton as well, in Matt Madness. Madness. I need to have like a filter ready for my mic for tomorrow night so I can hit it and it does that. Two flipping mini streams to try to keep track of. Totally understand. There's a lot of us out there. But yeah, I'm going up against Sarah from It's Bourbon Night. I'm super pumped for this. I think I've put in enough work, and I feel pretty prepared for this competition. I'm excited. So we'll see. We will certainly see. Hey, if you do not know about it just yet, we have a tipping system on the show similar to Super Chats. But because we are not yet over the 1,000 subscriber mark here on This Is My Bourbon Podcast YouTube channel, we have an alternative. There's a couple of different ways. First off, you can do it natively through PayPal, Venmo, or Square, or the Cash App, whatever you want to call it. Or you can follow the link that's in the description below. And, Russell's 13-year non-chill filtered barrel proof dropped today? Heck freaking yeah, dude. Give me a case or 3. I'm going to drink that stuff like it's my job. In some ways, it kind of is my job. But I'm going to be doing it regularly from 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. And I'm going to need some help afterwards. Please, somebody help me. Anyway, the other way is to hit the tip link which is the first link in the description of the video below. You can check that out. Helps out so much. Really helps out the show. Hello, show. James Morgan, hello. Good to see you in here. And Snuffleupagus, our snuffy chat boy, is still up on top of the old bourbon cabinet. And I have not brought him down just yet, but he will be migrating back over to our set sometime in the near future. Thank you, Donnie, for dropping that link in the chat there. Appreciate it. And everything does go to support the show. Support the show, support my child, who's going to have to go to college eventually, one day, I hope. Or she can choose her own path. It's fine. Looks like we are up to 691 subscribers. Were we at 693 last week or 695? Something like that. We might have lost a couple. That's all right. Snuffy is off camera for now. He needed a little bit of a camera break, but he will be making his reappearance before too long. So, he is here in spirit. And speaking of spirits, let's get into some bourbon. So, as I named the stream tonight, hopefully YouTube admins don't come and whack it like last week. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I totally forgot about that until just now. So dumb. Hopefully YouTube doesn't knock me off either. Anyway, so it's Derby week. Kentucky Derby is going to be running this Saturday. It's the 1st of May, as it is run traditionally. Last year it had to be changed up a little bit. And I wanted to kind of, give people a little bit of a guide for what they might choose to do. What's up, Will Hendo? Good to see you. Cheers to you as well, man. Give you guys something of a guide for some choices when you're considering what to pull out to sip on with your guests at a derby party, as well as providing an alternative to a mint julep, which I don't know about you guys, but mint juleps just are not my favorite thing in the world. They make me sick. They're too sugary. I can't handle all that sugar for some reason. And so I've got a couple different cocktails that I'll bring up and I will share on social media over the next couple of days for you to try with your friends and family. Some of y'all might know what these are already, what these cocktails are. But yeah. YouTube does automatic cleanup on subscriptions at times. Oh, that's right. They were about to do some of that. So, fair enough, man. It's all good. It happens. I'm not too upset about it. But yeah, we are still getting pretty close to the 700 mark, which I'm stoked about. Thank you all so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Where's my water? It's the thing I do every week. I can never find my water. For real. Oh, it's just right in front of my face. Just like it is every week. All right. Let's talk about some bourbons for Derby Day. I want to start out with a one that I think, if you have it, can be kind of a crowd pleaser. One that people who have it around usually are pretty stoked about having. And when you break it out for other people, they kind of freak out. And we actually drank this on this week's episode of the podcast with the guys from Tell Me I'm Wrong. It's a good starter pour, so you don't get too heavy too early. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Colonel E.H. Taylor Small Batch Bottle and Bond. At typically about $40 a bottle, if you can find it. 35, 40, something like that. Goes great in cocktails as well. Love a good 100 proofer for a cocktail, for a good old fashioned. So I'm gonna move that out of the way. That's yeah. Also wanted to do. I totally forgot about that. Sorry that this is still kind of blown out. I was messing with the settings a little bit. I just need to adjust the light, but it's still, you can still kind of see the Taylor bottle back there. I also needed to say something, and it's something I haven't addressed yet on the show or on a stream or really outside of like a private conversation. So, as many of you all know, friend of the show, Dixon Deadman, is leaving Kentucky Owl for what we assume to be greener pastures. So I'm very excited for him. Kind of a bittersweet moment to find out that he was leaving the brand, but it's for the best. He's got great things coming up. Bourbon Pursuit had a roundtable this week where they discussed it. Go and check that out. $43 at the distillery if you visit on the right day. That is true. And this bottle, by the way, was provided by one Joseph Brazo, which means in some way that this stream is brought to you by. Where is it? Do I not have it anymore? Huh. I guess I don't. Anyway. It's brought to you by Bears Orthodontics. In many ways. But so, looking forward to seeing what Dixon is going to be doing in the future. And I got a little surprise last week from Dixon as well. Was not expecting it. I need to make a post about it. But I had discussed with Dixon getting a sample of Al Bourbon Batch 10 for review on the show or the stream or whatever. And Dixon, being the genuine, kind, generous soul that he is, absolutely freaking outdid himself and sent a whole bottle of Al Batch 10. Come on, autofocus there. Come on, buddy. Nothing? Really? You're not going to autofocus for me? Anyway. 120.2 proof. Last batch of Kentucky Owl Bourbon. This one's getting... It's getting savored for a good while. I have no intention of finishing this with any kind of haste. So... special occasions, seeing good friends for the first time in a while. Actually did that this past Saturday with my best friend from middle school, who lives in Texas now. His wife is pregnant. They're expecting their first. And I got this surprise bottle in the mail that day on Saturday. And so I was like, well, it's a dang special occasion. So we opened it with him, and I was very pleased, and I'm extremely humbled by such a gift from Dixon. So it's expensive stuff, I know, but it's still good. It's still good. Good is good. Anyway, let's drink some Taylor. Excuse me. What's going on in the chat? What are we talking about here? I put a dent in it already. I did. Yeah. Like I said, I shared it with the Tell Me I'm Wrong guys, and then I had a pretty good pour of it last night as well. So, yeah. I had to. I love Taylor Small Batch. I love it. Did I confirm your notes? Pat, I actually have not tried it yet since you were talking about it. Was that this morning? Or was that yesterday we were talking about that? So I will probably have a little bit here soon. Because why not? Because that's the kind of mood that I'm in. So I feel like my lips look really red. Do my lips look really red? It's hard to say. Really red. Lips look really red. Eric Black, what's up, man? Hello, buddy. Glad to have you in. Man, Taylor Small Batch. It's smooth. I gotta be careful to pace myself tonight. I've still got to play Mario with Clifton here in 45 minutes. So, Joseph and Will, or Joe and Will, Hendo and Brazo, get you a drink then, Eric Black. Get did you drink? I'm pretty sure that the Russell's 13 barrel proof, if I remember correctly, I think I heard somebody say it's about $75, 75 or 80, something like that. So I will be requesting a bottle as well when the time comes. What up, Todd Koopa? Good seeing you in here, man. Price is no object at all. I do need that bottle. I need that bottle sincerely. Todd, how are you recovering from this past weekend, man? Got to see Chad and Sarah for a few minutes yesterday, and Sarah was still feeling quite exhausted from Whiskey Weekend. But, yeah. What's up, Scott Pigsley? Hey there to you as well. Welcome into the chat, man. If I can, maybe, I don't know if I'll be able to, but I would like to swing Clifton's Hangout later as well. So, it'd be nice to see some folks. But I do have baby responsibilities. I've got to, it's an A word. I can't think of what it is. But anyway. I'm just happy to be here, man. I don't know why. Last night was kind of where it was just such a mess on my end. Like, picks went great, of course, but then my internet had that awful hiccup, and I just was so flabbergasted by it that, ooh. Diana started with George T. Stagg tonight. Had Bowman Port finished. Love Bowman Port, man. Then got Michter's 10-year rye. Oh, Michter's 10-year rye. I haven't had it in forever. It's so good. My tongue is finally getting back to normal. It was fried after all the high proofers. Still tired. Understandable, man. I do love that it looks like, and I'm just noticing, I think I might have said this, but when I look at the computer, especially if I'm reading comments, it looks like I'm actually looking at that sidebar right there and reading them that way. It's funny. That's fun. I still love having that sidebar with all the comments. I think it's great. It's really nice. I need to rework some of the text on screen though, especially with the newest setup. So, yeah. Let's talk about another pick for Derby Day that I think people will find a kick out of course. And this is one I tried to think about, who are we appealing to in these scenarios? And yes, bourbon goes hand in hand with Derby, but I also figured, why don't we talk about something that is bourbon, but might appeal to other folks? Layout works? Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just need to kind of fool around with it a little bit, just to kind of balance it out a tad, move that total subscribers thing over, and latest as well. But did that look right? Yeah, there we go. Looks like I'm actually looking at it. But yeah, I love on-screen stuff. Which horse am I pulling for in the Derby? There's a gray horse that's running. It's the first gray horse that's the favorite since Giacomo, I think. So I imagine we're going to see something pretty spectacular out of that feller. But there's two bourbon names as well that I can't remember. So could wind up just putting money on those because I'm an idiot and want to, play into all the tropes. So next pick comes for those who might be wine lovers. And of course, this is something that we always kind of discuss. How do we get people into bourbon who might not be into it all the way? And this is and truly, you can do this with just about any finished bourbon, as long as it's of quality. But this is the Black Ridge Port Finished. Oops. Special Reserve. Port Barrel Finished. 90 proof, so it's not going to kill folks too much, or at all, really, if they're drinking on it. Midnight Bourbon and Bourbonic, excuse me. Bourbonic sounds like the bubonic plague. So, I don't know. Nobody selected the Woodinville pick last night. That was one of the picks that I was considering getting before my internet cut out. So that was totally on my list, Joseph. I promise you. Brian Brennecke, got to see Brian this week at OBC. Good to see you in here, buddy. And Tammy, for that matter, as well. Don't want to exclude Tammy from any of that. Emily Chambers. Hello, Emily. Good to see you in here, as always. It's just a treat. It's just a treat for me to get to see my friends every week on a Thursday at 8 p.m. digitally. So I have a little bit of this here port finished Black Ridge. Not too much, again, because I need to pace myself so that I don't fail at Super Mario later with Clifton. Oh, you've been Dustin. What's up, buddy? You've been talking to Ty. Man, I missed getting to see Ty this year at Whiskey Weekend. OBC was so good, but the company was better. I can confirm that. I can fully confirm that. It was so good hanging out with you guys. We had a long conversation about the podcast with Brian and Tammy. Talked shop about the podcast network as well. So we're rolling. We're rolling slowly but surely. And you guys are going to love it. I'm so excited. For the end of the year, man. It's happening. I'm not taking no for an answer. I mean, unless somebody just says no. If you do it, you'll die. And then I'll be like, are you sure? And they'll be like, yes, please don't do this. We've said already, you will die, and I'll go. So there's no option B. And they'll go, option B is not doing it. If you don't do it, you'll live. Okay, what about option C? And so I imagine a conversation like that might happen. So we will see. We will see. Dustin thought he thought that was a euphemism for smoking pot. Clifton, that's hilarious. That is really funny. I don't think I've talked much about the podcast network here on stream before. So we'll talk about it a little bit, and I don't want to spoil too much because I'm still getting everything in its right place before being too public about it. But it's going to consist of not just bourbon podcasts. There's going to be more lifestyle kind of things. We got a movie podcast coming on board. We got a TV show review podcast as well. Some other bourbon podcast friends are hopping on. Some friends who we have gotten to know better through bourbon, but who are not necessarily bourbon affiliated, will be joining as well. So there's plenty of stuff to look forward to. There will be a launch event as well, sometime either before the end of the year, at the beginning of 2022, because we're in 21 right now. Dadgone. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up. I'm working hard behind the scenes to make sure stuff gets going, and that we're on the right track. So stay tuned for that, guys. Sincerely, stay tuned for it. It's going to be cool, and I believe very strongly in it, and I think we're going to do something special. So, is there going to be a hangout tonight? Can I join? The hangout will be through Clifton, but I'm sure you would be able to join. So, I'm going to try to be there for a little bit as well. Lucy's got a friend coming over for wine night, so that might mean it's bourbon night for me. Hey, look, I did the thing. You know the thing that people say? It's bourbon night? Maybe it's just people say it because of the show. I don't know. Can't wait for the network. Big wheels in motion. Big wheels moving all the time. Brian. no rest. We're constantly going on fumes. It's like a freight train rolling right through a mountain when they got no tracks on it. Woo. That's about as much energy as I can muster at the moment. Fred Gilbert's here. Hello, Fred. I'm also very tired. Very tired. I fell asleep on the couch last night. Am I doing tours again? I am doing tours again. Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, I work for a company called Distilled Experiences, and it's a really cool company, founded by my buddy Nate Taylor. He and our friend CJ Cunningham, who were also he also works for us at Distilled Experiences. They were on the podcast a while back. I think it was in 2019 when we did that, and it's great. We take people to distilleries. We have lunch with them in the middle of the day, and it's a really good time. Usually it's like three distilleries with lunch, and I'll drive people around, show them the places that I grew up, and show them my. Did I get express written consent to use that phrase? It's bourbon night. I didn't, but I'm sure I will be expecting a call from their lawyers soon. But you can book everything at distilledexperiences.com. It's so much fun. It's one of my favorite things I get to do. It was going to basically be my full-time gig before the pandemic hit. Boo, I know, but I missed doing it sincerely throughout the the pandemic. So I invite everybody to come and do tours with me. The one thing, of course, is that I can't drink because I've got to drive. I've got to drive the bus, or drive a rented vehicle as well. Just depends. So yeah, here in Lexington, Kentucky. It's a lot of fun. DistilledExperiences.com. I'm pretty sure that if you use the code MyBourbonPodcast at checkout, you get like 10% off or something. So yeah, go and do that, please. It'd be fun to see people. And we got that meetup next month as well, at the end of May on a Memorial Day weekend. So it's going to be fun. I heard somebody got a mullet cut today because of the event. It's not me. It's not me. See, I've had a mullet for all of like 2 seconds, and that was when I grew my hair out long for the first time. And then I went to the barber, and I said, hey, Lucy really wants to see what it would look like if I had a mullet. He said, I would love to give you a mullet. I said, why did you say okay so quickly? Anyway. Let's move it on up. Let's talk about some other things as well. Let's talk about this cocktail, or these cocktails that I would recommend instead of the traditional mint julep. My brain wanted to say filet mignon for some reason. I don't know why. Truly, I have no idea why. Okay, so 2 cocktails I'm going to talk about. Two. The first one is a classic in the TIMBP world. It's one that we all know and love. It's one that so stoked for next month. Dude, I cannot wait for next month. Next month's going to be dope. And I don't use that word lightly. So, but the first one is the Lincoln Avenue, which is a bourbon cocktail usually served up. It is made with bitters, believe with simple syrup as well. And the kicker is that while you do have mint muddled in there along with an orange, what you do is you rim the glass 2 different ways. One side is with an orange rind, and the other side is with a mint sprig. Our friend Brandy's here. And so you're constantly getting a different drinking experience as you are sipping through it. It's a great cocktail. It's one that has actually won an award here in Lexington, Kentucky as well. And it's funny. Sorry, I got a funny message. Um, what was I saying? Oh, it's just an all around great cocktail. My father in law, Brett Bellamy, was the one who developed it, and it holds up, man. It really does hold up. The second cocktail, and like I said, I will put all of the recipes and everything online in the next few days, so people can. Well, tomorrow I'll put them up, so people can check them out and make them for themselves. And the other one is a take on the Keeneland Breeze, which is found at the Keeneland Racetrack, again here in Lexington, but is a great, refreshing cocktail and one that you can really tweak around, play with, to kind of make it your own. So typically what it is Maker's Mark, just regular old Maker's Mark, orange liqueur, and ginger ale. I think all of that is great. I think it's a delicious cocktail, but I like to change it up a little bit. I will usually go with a higher proof bourbon. Of course, rare breed is one to consider. One that I definitely rest on. Hello, Don. What up, Don Nishida? All the way in Hawaii. I think I say all the way in Hawaii every single time, but you know, it is what it is. But so the take I like to do on the Keeneland Breeze, higher proof bourbon. Still keeping the orange liqueur because I think that is kind of the crux of that cocktail. And Ale 8. Now, Ale 8, for those who don't know, is a Kentucky only. It's kind of crept its way around Kentucky, or outside of Kentucky as well. Ginger ale drink that actually has some citrus infused with it as well. So it makes for a much brighter experience, and I think it helps kind of loosen up the cocktail a little bit. Doesn't feel quite so rigid. I like to add in maybe a couple dashes of bitters if I'm feeling like it. I will definitely throw a splash of orange, blood orange bitters in there because it's spectacular that way, and I really, really enjoy it. And I think I'm going to try it this weekend with some mint in there as well. Probably not muddled. I don't know if I would muddle mint into it, but maybe just kind of as a garnish so that I still am kind of getting that same feel that I might get with a mint julep, but it's not got all that sugar and it doesn't feel so heavy and it doesn't make me want to throw up. So that's a really good alternative as well, and it gets you in the mood for racing, especially if you're from Kentucky or you've been to Keeneland and you've had a Keeneland Breeze before. It's just a great cocktail. Super simple, 3 ingredients at minimum. That's what kind of, people typically are going to do with it. But otherwise, Lincoln Avenue and the altered Keeneland Breeze. So check those out. Like I said, I'll post the recipes for both on social media tomorrow. Now, let's talk about some of the classics that you might find at any good derby party. Guess I didn't bring it out with me. Oh well. Because it is the Run for the Roses, it's only appropriate that you find some form of a Four Roses, I almost said Russell's, expression. So whether it's the single barrel, whether it's a small batch, whether it's a small batch select, a single barrel pick as well, there are plenty of options that you can give people for a derby selection. This one in particular was picked by the Bluegrass Tavern here in Lexington. It's an OBSQ. Man, this is not focusing at all tonight. Hello? Can we focus, please? No focusing. Oh, well. Picked by Bluegrass Tavern in January of 2019. OBSQ, 9 years, 9 months, and it is in tribute to none other than Stan the Man Lee himself from Marvel. It's got Excelsior written on there. That's his catchphrase. And I just picked this up this past weekend, or really this week, and it was because I played. Am I gonna break out the Woodford? Yeah, sure. Maybe some double oaked. I don't want to get too crazy, honestly. Um, but I played in a little fireball for this bottle, and turns out that I won it for like $20. So I was super, super stoked. I played it just kind of on a whim, and worked out for me in just about the best way possible. So, well, it is the best way possible because I won it. And it's like $75 bottle, $80 bottle. I got for 20. So I ain't mad about it. You know what, Joseph? I would like to actually kind of try that Keeneland Breeze, or maybe even a Lincoln Avenue with some Woodford Double Oaked. I bet that would be an interesting take. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm making at least one of those cocktails on Saturday. I mean, there's a hard chance. Good chance? I'm going to stick with hard. Probably not for the best, but I'm going to stick with it. Let's check out the okay. Looks like the stream health is good. I'm happy we haven't had any drops with this camera. Fingers crossed. But still. Daggone it, Four Roses is so good. This nose, in particular. It's nice and smoky. It's really well-rounded. The fruit kind of pops out at you as well. It used to be all over. Here's what did you say? Those dang standard Four Roses single barrel bottles are non-existent here anymore. Four Roses single barrel actually is allocated now, which is about the stupidest thing I've heard in a while. But I think since about this time, no, it was like beginning of 2020, end of 2019, we found out that it was going to be allocated. It's just so frustrating. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. Oh, well. You got him there all day? Yeah, there you go, Joe. Since it's no diet week, made some Turkey 101 rye old fashions. There you go. There you go. Get an old fashioned with some mint, too. Just a little sprig of mint. Man, that's a great alternative. I just really don't like mint juleps. I really don't. They just don't treat me well. Anyway. There's just so many other things I would prefer to drink. Fun fact about the mint julep, though. And stop me if you've heard this one before. Joke's on you, though. You can't because it's on a delay. Ha ha ha. The mint julep was actually originally created as a breakfast drink. So, the more you know. I don't know why I did the magic. I did like the magic hand, expecting something to like show up in my hand. Like Goku just would have been like there. But what I truly intended to do was the more you know. Just do a bourbon and ginger with ginger. Do a bourbon and ginger with mint. Ginger reveal party. Yeah, there's something in there. Hold on. I gotta text this to my wife or I'm gonna forget about it. Ginger reveal party. All for breakfast drinking. Did that with Jason yesterday. Lucky you guys. How'd that bullet pick go, by the way? I forgot to ask Jason about it last night. Am I supposed to reveal that? Jason, let me know if you're here and you haven't said anything. I wasn't supposed to say something. What's up, party people? Work sucks. Entertain me, Perry. Hey, or just sip some bourbon while chewing on some double mint gum. Blah. No, thank you. Eric Smith. Let's do some crowd work. Let's do that. Hey, what do you do for a living? See, the hardest part about this is that it's on a delay. Also, I just realized that for most of this, I haven't really been talking into my microphone. Um, so I apologize for that. That looks better. Yeah, Eric Smith. What do you do for a living? What's your employment? Your what do you do? How you make money? Mm. Ginger reveal party is when you have Tina Louise jump out of a cake. That's really funny. I got really drunk on old Forester Mint Julep, and I can't do anything with mint anymore. That's fair. That is fair. Okay, he already mentioned it, so I'm safe. I am safe. That's good. The bullet pick was awesome. He already mentioned it. So happy to hear. Again, I'm really sorry that I was talking into like the side of my microphone for the past 41 minutes. Oh, okay. Night shift nurse supervisor. You run codes and stuff. All right. Hey, um, do you have to wear one of those stupid blue outfits? Because if you do, you look stupid. What's the deal with airline food? Somebody just definitely popped in and then heard me doing dumb crowd work and then popped right back out. So that's fun. That's good. Sorry to that one person who got us to 20 people and then left immediately. That was hilarious. Anyway, this Four Roses is fantastic. It's a great pick and very appropriately themed, as is something like Old Forester or or a Woodford, because both of those or are got him. I'm good with improv. Somebody name. I'm not gonna do that. That's so stupid. I almost started a whole stand-up bit. Hey, Papa Ritter's here. Eric looks fab in those white Crocs. That's awesome. Eric looks great in just about anything. Man's been working on himself. Have you seen? He's looking fantastic. But Papa Ritter's here. Hello, Papa Ritter. What? Somebody? I think somebody is coming in every minute to see if things have gotten any better, and then they just realize it hasn't, and then they leave again. So, thank you for sticking around with me, everybody else. It was not Papa Ritter because he's here now. He said, "Sorry, I'm late," but it's okay. You're here, and that's all that matters. The artist formerly known as Papa Ritter. Need some water. I swear, I can never find this daggone bottle. It was Tammy? That's funny, actually. Hey, we're up over 21 now, so. Scott already zapped you and you don't know what happened. It was, I made a joke right before you came in, so you're not missing it. It would take me a while to explain it again, but. Papa Ritter's in the house. You didn't do it. You didn't do anything. That's the thing. Is like there's nothing that happened that you actually did. It was just we made a joke. It doesn't matter. I'll explain it to you later. Mm. Let's talk about surprises for your people at a derby party. One good thing to do is introduce people to alternatives to something that they may love dearly. One way to do that is through picks. And I know that I am so sorry. Too much bourbon too quickly. All right, we're getting out. But good way to do that is if they have something that they know and they love quite dearly, to introduce something different to them of the same brand and a way to offer them a new expression. So one way to do that, of course, is through picks. And so my go-to, of course, wow, they really screwed up the top on this. That's bonkers. How did I not notice that before? One of the ways to do that is a Knob Creek single barrel pick. Hey, now you focus? Yes, you scum? I just have to fill up most of the screen, most of the camera lens with the bottle. Anyway, so this is a Liquor Barn Knob Creek pick. 120 proof, of course. This is just over 9 years old, America. And is really quite good. And people probably will know Knob Creek or Jim Beam in general. And this is a really good way to show them different expressions. And I believe that Knob Creek is one of the best on the market, especially one of the best values out there. Did I choose Knob Creek last night? No, I didn't. Man, I had a dang good lineup. Bottle chug of Knob Creek. Did I do that last night? I think I did. Ribbed for pleasure. Yes, it is. We got a Knob Creek rye pick last night that was picked on Heather's birthday. That's awesome. Very cool. Hello, Tammy. Oh, love seeing our friends from up north in here. It was so good seeing you guys this week. Did I do a bottle chug last night? I think I did. I was feeling kind of rough. I was feeling a little rough this morning as well. Oh, that was a great pick. She wasn't talking about you, Berlioz. At least he just called for one of our cats. And our other one ran. It's pretty funny, actually. Funny to nobody else because they couldn't see it. But doesn't matter. Really bummed I haven't moved Snuffy back down yet. I need to do that. I just kind of keep forgetting. I did, and it showed. All right, well, there it is. Last night was... I had a legit... Brian, I had a legit internet issue. We had an... I'm not going to try to defend myself. What happened last night? Dad, we had a bourbon draft last night over on the Mash and Drums channel. It was fun, man. It was so much fun. I'm so mad I didn't finish it. Or didn't get to finish it, for that matter. Disappointing. Knox, what do you think? Doesn't care. All right. My internet and brain quit last night. Oh, goodness gracious. Having a great time, in case you can't tell. Who won? Was it Hot Buttery Rolls? Did Chris win? I thought I saw who won, but I could be wrong. Oh, snap. Oh, no, it was Michael Klein. I did come in third, though, so that's fair. Who? Oh, was Off Constantly Hot Buttery Rolls? Am I Kevin Sorbo disappointed? I don't know what that means. Yeah, Klein did win. Good for him, though. Primetime Grease. You thought I came in third because of pity? That hurts. That hurts my soul. Ugh. Why does everybody think I faked my internet issues last night? You guys are mean. You guys are mean. You thought your team was solid? The best values in bourbon. I had a great team last night. It started with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Stag Jr. was my round 2. Four Roses Small Batch Select. Russell Single Barrel. Camp Nelson F. Turkey 101. Antique 107. And then my internet died. I didn't fake the internet issues. Hot Buttery Rolls won first to be voted off The Voice. That's fair. That's fair. I feel bad you people think I fake my internet issues. Jeez Louise. You sent Kevin to the TIMBP chat. What? Oh. Hercules. I got you. He would drink my team every day. That sounds weird. Sounds very strange. All right. Let's talk about one more, and then Trevor Lawrence was picked number 1. I guess that makes sense. You could have just thrown out a name and I would have been like, huh? Pat. Stop it. You guys, I love you too, Tammy. But, like, I wouldn't. The NFL draft is on now. Might affect the turnout. I froze for a few minutes and everyone thought I was asleep. That's funny. That is very funny. I swear I wasn't asleep. I was legit trying to figure out what was happening. Oh, what a nightmare that was for me. Anyway. One more before we get out of here for the evening. And that is we'll call it the Surprise and Delight bottle. This could be the one that people might think, oh, I've never gotten to try that. Something that you could break out if your horse wins the Derby, or maybe your best friend's horse won the Derby. And I figure it's appropriate to, in this case, go with something like Kentucky Owl Bourbon. Because why not? When I looked at the camera, you felt it? I just feel bad that you guys think that I was trying to get out of there. I do like that, Joseph. You do drink my team every day. I know you haven't tried it yet, Dad. But this Saturday, though. Oh, buddy. That's awesome, Sugar Kitty. Hi, Tony Bag of Donuts. What's the run for Four Roses? So the run for the Roses. Oh, maybe I should have done run for FOUR the Roses. Doesn't matter. It is good to see you in here, though, Tony. But the run for the Roses is what the Kentucky Derby is called. So the run for the Four Roses was a play on it, I guess. But it should have been run FOUR the Roses, because that's more clever. What do I think is going to happen with Dixon leaving Kentucky Owl? I think that it's just going to be another premium brand with no heart and soul behind it, and people are going to jump ship pretty quickly. So I don't think it's going to see anything near the success that it has had since its inception. Yeah. I want to sit down and talk about it with Dixon soon, but not for the podcast because he's not ready for that. But he's very excited about his new opportunities. So Eric's got to run. Papa Ritter's got to go. He's watching the draft. And I think that kind of does it for this week's episode for the most part. I'll have a sip of this Kentucky Owl Batch 10 first, though. They're there. Oh, that's so good. That's so dang good. Oh, man. Yeah. That's a good one to break out to surprise people with. The other option I had was 3-chord whiskey drummer, because it's also very good. Sorry, Knox. Sorry, sweetheart. Just punched my cat right in the face. That was good. That was good. Anyway, hey, thank you all so much for being here on this week's live stream. I appreciate you guys chilling with me for a while, and going to be hanging out with Clifton over on Bourbon Bites here in just a couple of minutes as well. If you have not yet followed the show, it's at My Bourbon Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You find all of our apparel and merchandise at bourbonshop.threadless.com. And you can also become a supporter of the show at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. And I think, y'all, that does it for this week. I am super excited for tomorrow night's big ol' House of Fun with ADHD whiskey, and it's Bourbon Night and Bourbon Bites. We're going to have a great time hanging out and streaming together, and that competition is about to get crazy. K-razzy. That's what I meant to say there. Anyway, that does it. What's this? What are we saying? Mario, where are you? Yeah. Again, thank you all so much. We'll see you next week. I'll see you in a few minutes over on Clifton Stream. But until then, I'm Perry, and this is TIMBP Live. Bye.